Philip, Donald Trump has accused Australia of rewarding terrorism over recognising Palestinian statehood. Do you think there's a chance that Anthony Albanese could get a dressing down by the President in the White House?
Well, I agree with the President of the US on that assessment. I think I said it with you on your program last time I was on. I think that, well, we'll wait with bated breath to see if this meeting goes ahead. It's taken far too long. This is good for this nation, though, to have this meeting, but I think it's going to be robust. I think the President is going to have tough conversations with the Prime Minister. I do hope the Prime Minister raises AUKUS, raises the tariffs, but I do think that the President will have a very strong stance on with Australia recognising Palestine as a state. That's not something the coalition supports. I do think that these conversations will be taking place, and we hope to hear of what occurs when this meeting happens.
Julian, Donald Trump overnight in his speech to the UN has labelled climate change a hoax and renewables a con job. That's ahead of this meeting with Anthony Albanese. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I'll just pick up on what Phil said there. I'd just encourage Phil to remember he's Australian and he should be on Team Australia. It almost sounded in the way he was framing his anticipation of the meeting that he was barracking for Australia to, be on the receiving end of something. We have a good relationship with the United States, and I'd hope that the opposition of the day, just as Labor did when we were in opposition, would actually back in Australia. Australia is strongest when we speak with one voice. Australians know that, and it's a pity on multiple issues now that we're seeing the opposition leader doesn't know that. I mean, she's in such a weak position, be it on climate change, as you referred to then, be it on nuclear energy, and now on Palestine. She's been threatened by multiple members of her own front bench that she's now resorting to, finding pen pals in other countries, phoning foreign ministers and taking different positions to the Australian position on international affairs, and indeed the position which is now mainstream with more than 150 countries across the world, that the best way to advance the cause of peace in the Middle East is to recognise the state of Palestine as part of building momentum. Now, not everyone has to agree with that, but this is not a fringe position. It's pretty sad to see Susan Lee, who used to be a supporter of the state of Palestine and a supporter of the Palestinian cause, reduced to this kind of behaviour. She's in a weak position, and it's pretty sad, I'm sure, for those who support.
Close to the question, I suppose.
Let me just put that to you, Philip. Foreign Minister Penny Wong has accused Susan Lee of running rogue with foreign policy after the opposition leader wrote a letter to congressional Republicans saying Labor's recognition of a Palestine state does not represent most of the electorate. Was she right to do this, or was it a step too far?
No, I think the Leader of the Opposition, Susan Lee, was right to do this, and she was letting the Republican movement and their congressmen know that this isn't a bipartisan position. We have a different position, which we have been clear on, which I've stated on many occasions as well. This will not stop the war. This will not solve the Middle Eastern conflict. This will not release the hostages. This will reward Hamas, which is a terrorist organisation. And I think that this was a bad move, a bad step in any direction, and I disagree with it. 30
seconds to go. Julian, just a final word from you.
It's just nonsense. Hamas want one state. We will not do anything that has any truck with Hamas. They're a listed terrorist organisation, and Phil well knows that. But I come back to the point I made.
Who's going to run the country then? Who's going to run the state?
Speak with one voice. Australia is strongest when we speak with one voice, and Labor did not behave like this in opposition. It's a sign of the opposition leader's fundamental weakness that she's now reduced to this kind of ridiculous behaviour. Well, do you support her? Are you on Team Hastie? Are you on Team Angus? Team Dan? Or is it going to be the Thompson opposition? Is that what we're seeing here?
No.
I mean, you're a rabble, Phil. You're a divided, sad little rabble.
Mate.
You got fringe dwellers and cookers. You got the Hastie cookers. You got the Angus dark threat down there. It is really sad. The opposition leader is an important position. It's
not like you to attack people personally.
And you guys should be actually taking it seriously. You guys should be taking this seriously instead of this divided rabble. You on Team Hastie?
We have a position
on it,
and that's what our position is.
Phil? Oh, it's sad. Maybe he's running it. You never know.
Like button.
Thompson opposition.
We're out of time. Julian Hill and Philip Thompson, robust as always. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.